Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by at CenturyLink Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the New York Jets. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Come on, let's go. Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So an agile move, but not a big gain, down right near the 25. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They go play action with Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Space to run past the 20, and all the way down to the 17-yard line. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. For Carson, CD, quite a season, although maybe somewhat under the radar, but part of the NFL's top rushing offense, and he was 5th in the league.
1,151 yards, 9 touchdowns, and Seattle got back to their identity, which is a run-first offense that provides some pretty good thump inside the tackles. And how about Chris Carson? A 7th-round pick 2 seasons ago out of Oklahoma State, never ran for 1,000 yards in college, does it here in the NFL. Pretty underrated name with a big-time game.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Wilson now off the bootleg. Completes it to Dixon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Here's the sneak with Wilson. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid gain there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now it's Wilson. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Sebastian Janikowski to try the Seahawks field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Sam Darnold bringing out the New York Jets offense. And Darnold started all but 3 games this year. And if everyone remembers the debut, it threw the pick 6, first throw as an NFL quarterback. But he led the Jets back to a big win. Everybody was excited. And that was, what, kind of a, would you say, a microcosm for the season?
Yeah, how about that being a rookie quarterback, the number 3 pick in the draft, and you open up on a Monday night, so the whole world is watching at Detroit. And as you noted, throws the pick 6, but rallies his team to a 48-17 win. Kind of the year in microcosm, wasn't it? Some ups, some downs, took some bumps along the way, as you might expect for a rookie, but ultimately 17 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. and he's made the Jets' job attractive because he's the quarterback.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
3rd and 2, Darnold, and that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, second major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Baldwin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, I.B. Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know, if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Baldwin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts. Also, well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup. Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So just a lone field goal in this first. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now it's Carson. Down to the 25. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Wilson. And this one's incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Come on, let's go.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action. It's Wilson. It fights him off. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Will Disley, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything. Block, run, and catch. Beautiful connection for a touchdown.
Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Janikowski good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out to kick is Janikowski. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half, 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, a 3rd team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's Darnold now on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Now it's Lockett. And now running right through him. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. They go play action here on first down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's taken down inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
This is Carson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They run it with Carson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP Offensive Player of the Year, and for the 2nd straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes, we thought would happen. There was that school of thought that maybe Drew Brees might walk away with the MVP since he's never won one, but Mahomes a deserving winner. How about the Offensive Rookie of the Year? Saquon Barkley with the Giants. Many thought it might be Baker Mayfield with Cleveland.
Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Darius Leonard of the Colts, and the Colts Comeback Player of the Year, Andrew Luck, and very deservedly so.
I would say that for sure, and he beat out J.J. Watt, who also would have been a deserving winner. Coach of the Year, I thought, was a close vote, or probably...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
As Seattle makes their way back out here, Charles, let's take a little deeper dive as they go into the offseason, what they need to do. They led the NFL in rushing yards. You talked about it. They ran the football well. Where do they need to improve?
Maybe a little less stubbornness in establishing the run at times. And
he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run, making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle, no running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out to kick is Janikowski. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw on second down is Darnold. Dumps off to Powell. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got Curse. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Back to throw, Darnold. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Throwing again is Darnold. And this is caught by Curse. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Set. Green 39.
Again, Darnold. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Big play there just before halftime. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And now it's 2nd down. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that 1st half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Guy.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So out now come the Jets. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. You got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A 1st down carry now for Brown. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run it again with Cole. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And time for us to spotlight Doug Baldwin. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Wilson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. He got 29 yards that time. Wilson now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Carson. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is. And they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Trey Madden taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski good with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out to kick is Janikowski. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's Darnold, and he's got a new one. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Darnold, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
4 down.
Play action. It's Darnold. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here we go. Green, 30.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 61 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will shave one more off this lead. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Here's Myers now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Through the juke. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
In that situation on 3rd and inches, it's not a surprise that you're going to have big-time guys up front trying to stop things, so you've got to win the leverage game. And the offensive line did that. They got lower than the guys in front of them and pushed them aside. But even they had to be surprised at what the result was. That kind of yardage on 3rd and inches, that's not what you get on every play.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. To throw again. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And now Sebastian Janikowski on from a long distance. He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. On 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Darnold now to throw. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and that'll bring up second down.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Second down and 10. Darnold toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver, and it's third down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hands, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it.
Set. Green, 39. Green.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And that's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Darren Lee there to get him down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And the Seahawks on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Jets. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They run again with Carson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's Steve McClendon that time who winds up getting him down.
But he was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, it's Carson. And they're running right through it. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Wilson wants to throw it. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Wilson on the keeper, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on.
I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out to kick is Janikowski. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Off of play action, Darnold. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He'll rifle this one deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.